So today's kind of an exciting day. A few months ago, the good folks over at Magnaflow reached out to me and asked if I wanted to test out their latest prototype of a new Overlanding series exhaust they're making, catback series exhaust they're making for the Toyota V8 4.7 liter engine, which is found in the 2005 to 2009 GX470, as well as the 2005 to 2009 4Runners. And obviously I'm like, heck yeah. So here's kind of the specs on the exhaust. Stainless steel, 2.5-inch tubing, cat back. And what's cool about this one is it's high ground clearance for overlanding, mild interior sound, and moderate exterior sound. So you're still going to get that grumble, hopefully, of the V8 engine. We'll do some audio comparisons as well of stock and after we install it. But it's not going to be like glass packs, right? It's not going to sound like a 67 Mustang fastback or something like that. But it's going to be, you got some grumble to it, you got some low end, but it's not going to be insane. But hopefully it'll just help the car breathe better and sound better. Right now it sounds like a grocery getter, so hopefully it sounds a little meatier than that. But with the things that an Overlander would want, the high ground clearance, the stainless steel. And here's the big deal for me. I'm not really handy, and the folks over at Magnaflow said that it's pretty easy to install. So we're going to test that today. We'll open the box here, and then a friend of mine, Jimmy, is coming over, and he's going to help me install this, and then we'll see if it's truly bolt on. So if you go to their website, if you just Google Magnaflow Overland series, you'll see the specs on this exhaust come up, and I'll actually go ahead and put a link to the description below. It's not available for sale yet. I think they're still testing it, so I don't know if this is the final product or if they're going to iterate more, but they wanted me to try it and then give some feedback. So I'd love to hear from you. What questions do you have for Magnaflow? What would you like to see in an Overlanding exhaust? So with that, let's go ahead and open the box and get to the install. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Well, there she is. All right, look at that. Magnaflow Overland. Can you see that? Okay, let's get to work. Jimmy, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with here. Let's crawl under the vehicle. All right. So, let me get my bearings here. Here's your muffler. We just got to take apart that flange there, those two bolts, and then the rest, in theory, should just be these hangers. Come on, camera, cooperate. Should be these hangers here, and they kind of just go all the way around. And you keep these hangers to reattach the new one. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to unbolt this, and then take the old setup out. I think someone on the GX forums wants to take this for free $99, and then we'll put the new one on, hopefully without hitches. Okay, next fun step. Got everything off. This back part tube goes up and down there. On the other side of this, there's two bolts you need to undo so you can separate the front and back sections to fish these out easier. 14 millimeter, mine were unstuck pretty good, so we're gonna work on those for a bit. Okay, got the old one out. Those were a little bit of boogers, but you know, thankfully we're in Southern California. You have my prayers, everyone that's in a place where you see rust. That's gonna be a fun one. So here's they are side by side. So far so good. They look pretty identical. These bends are a little different, and looks like this doesn't extend out. It kind of shoots out from under the vehicle, so that should be interesting, but that'll help with clearance. So, all right, now to install. So since the new exhaust is shorter than the old one, you have to install one of these, and it's right where Jimmy's at up there. There's a hole in the frame that the bolt goes right into. Make sure to use the spacer, a little metal spacer that comes with it. And then they supply you with an extra hanger the rubber hanger. I don't know if that's what it's called. The rubber something that the hangers go into. The technical term is the thingamajig, the right-handed thingamajig. So putting the last hanger in right now, then we go back and tighten it all up, take the bubble wrap off of the muffler, and then we'll see how she sounds. Okay, so we are going to test now. Everything is on. So yeah, so we can go and fire it up. Yeah, you can actually hear the exhaust now. That sounds so much better. You want to hit the gas again? Oh, so much better. Okay, so we're done. I just want to show you a couple things that I think I would tweak for this version, hopefully for the final version, but let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so two things would be, you see this plate here, there's this bolt with a spacer that holds this plate on, because the hanger is actually over here for the factory, which this is not that long. So they had to create another hanger here. So what I would do is either get something that wraps this whole thing around, like a U-bolt or something, or get a bolt that's not as long, so you don't need this spacer. That's the only point of failure. And then I feel like they didn't account for the factory hitch. This is part of the factory hitch. So this kind of bounced around on it, kind of angled it to where it worked. But yeah, I think it'll work, but I would just account for this, maybe cut it a little shorter. Because in the picture, this hanger went up and down. We have it going side to side. If it was up and down, it'd be rubbing up directly against this hanger. So I think that's really it. Other than that, it sounds awesome, looks great, definitely high clearance. You can see it from the back here. It is great. Actually sits a lot higher than the factory muffler. Very low profile. So great job, Magnaflow, and those are the only critiques I have.